Hey y'all, it's Ange from Emerald Coast Playbook. When people think about eating in Navarre, they usually picture waterfront restaurants or the big chain restaurants they recognize from back home. But today, I want to show you a different side of Navarre. These are three of our favorite laid-back restaurants that feel less like restaurants and more like you're hanging out at a friend's house. They're welcoming, family-friendly, full of personality, and they're places we'd happily bring friends and family when they're in town. So today we're checking out Scooter's Fish House, Where Yet Seafood, and TC's Front Porch. Let's get into it. If you're visiting Navarre for a few days, I hope this video gives you a few ideas beyond the typical tourist stops. Because sometimes the best meals are the ones you weren't expecting. Our first stop is Scooter's Fish House. And before we even talk about the food, I have to give a shout out to one of our viewers. Scooter's was actually recommended in the comments on one of our other videos, so thank you for helping us add another great local spot to the list. The atmosphere here is exactly what you'd hope for in a local seafood restaurant. Nobody's dressed up. You'll see people in beach clothes, fishing shirts, sandals, and flip-flops. I ordered the shrimp tacos, and I was and still am obsessed. Seriously, if we came back tomorrow, I'd probably order them again. They were fresh, flavorful, and one of those meals where you're already thinking about the next big bite before you've even finished the first one. Ordering is quick, parking is easy, and if you've got hungry kids after a day in the sun, that's a huge win. Playbook tip: sometimes the best restaurants aren't the biggest or the fanciest. They're the ones locals recommend over and over again. Whenever you hear the same place mentioned by multiple people, add it to the list. Our next stop is Where Yet Seafood, and this one has a completely different personality. If Scooter's is where you stop after a beach day for an incredible seafood meal, Where Yet is the kind of place where dinner can turn into an entire evening. From the moment you pull in, it has a fun, laid-back atmosphere. It's casual, welcoming, and has just enough Louisiana influence that you feel it right away. One thing that really makes Where Yet stand out is that it gives you a little taste of Louisiana without having to drive all the way to Louisiana. From the Cajun-inspired menu to the music and the overall vibe, it feels like you've crossed state lines while still being right here in Navarre. And speaking of music, Where Yet frequently has live music, which makes it a really fun place to spend an evening. In fact, the owner is actually part of the local band, so music isn't just something they occasionally have, it's part of what makes this place special. If you can time your visit with a live performance, I definitely recommend it, and I'm not just saying that because one of our friends is also in the band. Instead of just grabbing dinner and heading home, you can sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and make an evening out of it. Another thing we really appreciate, especially as parents, is the outdoor play area. If you've got little kids, you know sitting still through an entire meal isn't always easy. Having a place where they can safely stretch their legs while you're waiting on food or finishing up dinner or just hanging out is such a nice bonus. It's one of those little details that makes a restaurant much less stressful for families. The food here definitely leans into those Louisiana flavors, so if you're craving Cajun-inspired seafood, this is a great option to add to your list. It has personality, it has great food, it has live music, and it feels like somewhere the locals actually enjoy spending time. Playbook tip: before you head over, check their social media to see if they have live music that night. It can completely change the experience from simply going out to eat into one of those evenings you'll remember long after your vacation is over. Our last stop is TC's Front Porch. And if you've spent any time in the South, you'll probably understand why the name fits so well. There's something about a front porch. It's where conversations happen, neighbors stop by, families gather, and nobody's in a hurry. That's exactly how this place feels. From the moment you walk in, it has a welcoming, relaxed atmosphere that makes you feel like you've been here before. It's comfortable, it's casual, and it's the kind of place where showing up in flip-flops after the beach feels completely normal. One thing we really noticed was how friendly everyone was. Whether it was the staff or the other guest, it just had that small-town hospitality that people hope they'll find when they visit Navarre. As much as we love the beaches here, it's places like this that remind us why we love living in this community. It's not just about the food, it's about the people. It's about slowing down, and it's about enjoying time together. The menu has something for just about everyone, which makes it an easy choice if you're traveling with family or meeting up with a larger group. Not everyone wants seafood every single night, and having plenty of options means everyone can usually find something they'll enjoy. This is the kind of restaurant where you finish your meal and realize you've been sitting there talking longer than you planned. Not because you're waiting on the check, but because you're enjoying the company. And I think that's something we've started to lose in a lot of places. TC's reminds you to slow down for a little while. Playbook tip: if you're visiting Navarre, don't spend every meal on the beach, and don't automatically default to the same chain restaurants you have back home. Venture just a few minutes off the beach and you'll find restaurants like these that give Navarre its personality. Great food is important, but so is hospitality. Some of our favorite places aren't the fanciest ones. They're the ones where you feel welcome the moment you walk through the door. And that's exactly what all three of these restaurants have in common. So, which one should you choose? The good news is, I don't think there's a wrong answer. It really just depends on what kind of experience you're looking for. If you've spent the day at Navarre Beach and you're craving fresh seafood without a lot of fuss, I'd head to SCOOTER'S Fish House. It's easy to get to from the beach, ordering is quick, and those shrimp tacos, I'll definitely be ordering those again. If you're looking for an evening out with great Cajun flavors, live music, and a place where the kids can play while you relax, Where Yet Seafood is a fantastic choice. It brings a little taste of Louisiana right here to Navarre, and that's something pretty unique. And if you're looking for that welcoming, small town atmosphere where you can slow down, enjoy a meal, and experience a little Southern hospitality, then TC's Front Porch is the place I'd recommend. That, and it is closest to the beach. The thing all three of these restaurants have in common is that they feel authentic. They don't feel like they were built just for tourists. They feel like places the community actually loves. And I think that's one of the best parts about exploring somewhere new. Don't just visit the destination, experience the community, because that's where you find the stories, the people, and the places you'll remember long after your vacation is over. If you've got another local favorite that we should check out, leave it in the comments below. Again, one of our stops today actually came from one of your recommendations, so keep them coming. We really do read your comments and respond, and they help us decide where to go next. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more family-friendly guides to the Emerald Coast, and check out some of our other videos on restaurants, things to do, and hidden gems around Navarre, Gulf Breeze, Pensacola, and beyond. Until next time, we'll see y'all soon. Add it to the list.